Xtool because the BeamBox might just have you beat. BeamBox has been around for a while, but they just came out with the FLUX BeamBox II, which has some major upgrades over the older styles. It is a 55-watt CO2 laser engraver cutter, and it can do speeds up to 900 millimeters per second. Fire sensors, autofocus, built-in camera, it's really got it all, so let's get it set up so we can start engraving. This thing showed up with a ton of different boxes, so I was obviously a little nervous on how quickly I'd be able to get it set up, and it was actually really easy. Now, like other brands, they do call this a benchtop laser, but don't let that fool you into thinking that you'll be able to lift this wherever you want. Now, it does come complete, other than maybe just hooking up the exhaust hose, and so all of the other boxes, those are just the other accessories you can get for it. Like the extension kit. Holy mackerel, look at the size of the manual, and this is just the startup guide? Okay, I actually did open it up, and it's the textbook size because they've included pretty much every language there is. They've got the QR codes listed a couple places where you'll actually need to, and highly suggest going, for the full setup and startup. Just looking over the machine, it is very well built. We got a full metal exterior box frame structure. The layout's pretty simple. You've got the exhaust on the back. Obviously, make sure that goes to the outside or use the filter. There's an emergency stop button on the side, so if you go to start it up for the first time, make sure that that is not pushed in. You got the Wi-Fi and USB ports on the side, and then the controls and adjustments are up on top. Now, as a first-time startup, you'll want to power this on and just follow the on-screen instructions. Now, with this being a CO2 laser, the first thing you're going to need to do is fill it with water. Make sure it is either purified or distilled water, and getting to the tank, it's pretty easy. Once you know the secret code, and that would be the hidden screw down up underneath the finger hole. Now, since the laser comes from the back of the machine, it gets sent through the nozzle by a number of mirrors, and as you can imagine, those mirrors might get bumped or shifted in shipping, and so they need to be checked. You can connect the engraver either through Wi-Fi or a wired connection. Now, the actual program is called Beam Studio, and that's what runs the program through your computer and sends it onto the machine. So you can use Lightburn as well. That's out there and compatible with this. Beam Studio, it's free, it's an easy download, and for what I use mine for, just the basic types of stuff of engraving, cutting, and then kind of using the rotary tool, Beam Studio works just fine, and so I'll use it. And just like that, we are ready to throw in the sample test. Now, this little sample card, they actually send one with the machine, which I'm assuming the machine was tested with it. Either way, it tells you to actually use the same sample and test it once you get the machine. We can now go through preview, take a picture, so then we can see where our actually piece is going to be laid out. Autofocus, which you need to do before every piece, so then the laser is distanced correctly to the workpiece. Prior to hitting start, it will give you an estimated time to engrave it, which is amazing and awesome. I've had some other machines that don't, so you're kind of just wondering how long is this thing gonna take? And once you hit start, up on the top screen, it actually gives you a % complete and an estimated time of how much is left. So that little sample piece, yeah, sure, it engraved and cut it just fine. So let's get down to some testing of some stuff that I'm actually excited to use, and that would be clear acrylic. Now, I've had to deal with the whole workarounds of having to engrave on clear acrylic with a diode laser, but with this being a CO2 laser, I should be able to cut and engrave it just right off the bat. And without any type of backer, like you would need with a diode laser, I just did this engraving, which looks awesome, and cut right through it like butter. And just so you know, there's some preset settings for acrylic already in the program. Take some of the guesswork out for you. Now, some people don't care about any of that flat stuff and just want to get to their freaking tumblers. The rotary chuck is an added accessory. Now, if you do get that, you will need the extension pack. I mentioned at the first that the full set of instructions is online, and those are a must-have because there's a couple little things, hidden screws that you will need to add, and online they've got pictures and instructions that are pretty well laid out that if you follow, well, I did, and I didn't have any problems. Now I threw the first one in just as a test, and when my kids saw it, of course, they all wanted theirs engraved as well, so why not let them design whatever they wanted and put it on there. One of my favorite features on the machine is the autofocus. The entire bed moves up and down, the nozzle stays at the same elevation, and it's probably because of how easy it is. All you need to do is move the nozzle over your workpiece and hit AF. Now let's say you just engrave something thin and you need the bed to actually go down, not up. It's pretty simple. There's these little arrows off to the side on the control panel. You can move it up or down to your desired height and then autofocus after that. If you've got an extra long cut or engraving, they do have the auto feeder. I would show you, but I actually don't have any pieces of wood that long, nor does my table extend out long enough to add that. So I will just show you and tell you that it is an auto feeder, so you don't actually have to stop it and push it forward like some of the other machines. Now before you go fork out what I would consider a ton of money on an engraver, you're going to want to know what's out there and what to get. So without this turning into a comparison video, I do want to show you some of the differences between, let's say, the Xtool, since they're pretty well known, their P2 and the BeamBox. Those are both 55 watt CO2 lasers. So anything that can do, this can do as far as thickness cutting material and just the overall engraving quality that you would get. It's a CO2 laser. Now where they may differ would be obviously layout of, let's just say controls or features, the start button, the things that don't really matter. But some features you might want to take note of are, let's say, the engraving size. The P2S could do a 26 by 14 versus the BeamBox is a 24 by 15. But let's finally just talk about the main thing we're all here for, price. The basic FLUX box sits at less than $3,000, and I think it is like $299.99, whatever it may be. We're at $3,000. The P2 is at $3,700, and the P2S is at $4,000. $1,000 cheaper for a machine that can do everything and even has a great warranty. The BeamBox is my new favorite engraver. If you're still here, you probably just wanted to see if it can engrave on an aluminum can, and yes, it can. Like and subscribe.